I actually have no idea what I look like this morning. Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to this week's vlog. Today we're going to that book author festival thing. I'm excited for that. I have no idea what to expect. I was trying to like creep online to kind of see what it was like in years past, and it kind of just looks like a giant like Scholastica style book fair. This morning I'm going to just plan stuff out for the Eras tour. Y'all, I am very invested in this Eras tour movie weekend. I'm gonna spend the morning working on that, and then also I have a gift exchange that I'm a part of right now, so I'm also gonna be looking into fun little gifts to get my giftee. So okay, y'all, so I just got to the state fairgrounds and I didn't realize how busy this place was gonna be. The streets packed. I was lucky that I found a spot. It's gonna be busy. Let's go check it out. Also, we're putting this guy to the test. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, I had to get the mini donuts and a coffee. Y'all, I just got back from the Twin Cities Book Festival. Apparently, it goes on every single year. There were so many great tables set up, so many great vendors, so many great conversations. It was kind of fun. A lot of times I feel like when I go to events like this, I'm very much like the person who staring at the table. Today it was very different. I think it was also helpful that the people at the tables were all excited. You could tell that they were really passionate about what they were doing there, and that was really nice. Now I'm gonna cover what I bought. The first thing I bought is Autopsy by Dante Collins. This is published by Button Poetry. They had this what looks like a child's illustration book. It was called ABC Death, and it was just like the alphabet, but you know, morbid related facts. And I even asked them at one point, I was like, so is this like meant for children? And they're like, I mean, you know, like maybe like 12, 13, not like your 5-year-old. And then I asked the ultimate question that you should probably never ask anyone. I was like, so if you had to recommend one, what would you recommend? And then the woman I was talking to, she was very much like, I can't choose. It's like choosing a child. Someone came up who is going to be one of their authors in February, and she's like, if you had to recommend one, what would you pick? So he actually recommended Autopsy and another one. Kind of the reason I picked this was because like literally the first line on the back notes that writing about grief is as central to poetry as writing about love. Some poems attempt to pull us out of grief, some wallow in it. And I was just like, ugh, that's kind of exactly where I'm at in life right now. But I don't know when exactly I'll talk about what's going on emotionally and personally with me right now. But I just thought Autopsy would be a great read to cope with life right now. The next book I picked up was called The Reaper. The guy who was talking to me, he's like, oh, here's this one guy, he writes this stuff. Here's this other dude, he writes this kind of stuff. Here's mine. He's like, by the way, I'm Rob Young. And I was just like, oh my God. Because the funny thing is, when I was at Subtext, this is part of a trilogy, and I saw the third one at Subtext, and I saw that it was part of like a series, so I didn't want to like read it out of place. And I told him that I was like, I actually saw this book right here at Subtext, but I wasn't sure if it was like good to read it as just a standalone because I saw it, that it was part of kind of the series. And he's like, well, they're really great to read as standalones. Like, you don't have to read them in like the trilogy format. I think there's so much value in owning signed copies of books. I got The Reaper, which is the first one, and it has to do with an art piece that was stolen from the World's Fair in the 1930s. And if you know anything about me, there was a book that I really loved, and it was called Devil in the White City. It's about H.H. Holmes, and the World Fair. So I really was engrossed in the Chicago World Fair. Obviously also intertwined with a little bit of serial killerness with H.H. Holmes. But I was like, oh, interesting. And so something about like the World's Fair and stolen art piece, which also intertwines with my recent interest and fascination with the Boston art heist. I was like, okay, like these kind of, all these worlds are coming together. So I thought The Reaper would be a great addition. And again, Rob did sign it for me, which is always fun. The next book I picked up was They Drown Our Daughters by Katrina Monroe. When I went to this table, there were 2 books on it, and Katrina was actually at the table. She said it was kind of spooky vibes, and I walked up at the perfect time because one lady next to me, she was kind of looking at it, and then when Katrina said it was more spookier vibes, the other woman quickly set it down. Apparently spooky vibes are not her jam, but I was just like, interesting. I read the back, I was like, sounds kind of like up my tea, something that I would read. And so she also signed this copy as well, so that was fun. The other book that she had was called Graveyard of Lost Children. This guy, and apparently this one is even spookier and was based on the broken neck lady. Haunting of Hill House. Sidebar, y'all, Fall of House of Usher is out on Netflix right now. The Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor. Anyways, so we started the Fall of House of Usher. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Haunting of Hill House was just such a good season. I loved every single episode. Bly Manor was also good. Loved every single episode. The House of Usher. Not sure how I feel about it, but it's definitely one of those shows that are keeping us on our toes. All of the episodes are named after a poem. I lost my shit when I saw that there was Telltale Heart, one of my faves, and Pit and the Pendulum, one of my faves. I have a general idea of what Pit and the Pendulum might be about, and I have a general idea of what Telltale Heart will be about, so I'm pretty excited to finish that series. Anyways, back to Graveyard of Lost Children. Apparently that was kind of based off of the broken neck lady from Haunting of Hill House. I might. If this is good, Katrina, I will definitely be picking up your next book. I picked up Reinhardt's Garden by Mark Haber. As I picked it up, the guy behind the table was saying something, but I wasn't really listening, and there's also people right next to me, and I just assumed he may have been talking to him. And I was reading it, and I was like, no. And what he said was, it's a comical melancholy, something along those lines, right? That's what he said. And I like kind of ignored it because again, I wasn't really paying attention. I assumed he wasn't talking to me. I flip over the book, and the first thing you see, aside from obviously like the big text, the first thing you see up top is melancholy has never felt more euphoric. And I was just like, oh, were you talking to me? I literally flip over the book and see melancholy, and I was like, it triggered in my head that you were probably talking to me. And he's like, yeah, it's totally fine. So I decided to pick up Reinhardt's Garden. All of us coming together for our favorite thing, a stack of books. Okay, y'all, we are up bright and early, but I was up at 5:30 to pick up my mom to fly her to the airport. She's starting a new adventure in life, so I'm very excited for her. Now that I've dropped her off, she bought me coffee. Where is it? She got me coffee at my local Starbucks. I am at Walmart because I need to do some grocery shopping, and it is the only place that's open early enough to go grocery shopping at this hour. Do you go for the glass jar or the squeezable? Let's keep it classy. I might want to turn on my car. That usually helps. I just picked up some pizzas. I went to the dentist today. I can't remember if I told y'all about this dentist situation driving around the city, and I just drove past this one building. I was like, that's a really cute building.
And then I saw it was a dental office, and I was like, you know what? I should really set up a dentist appointment. I haven't been to the dentist in ages. And I was like, let's just set it up. I looked them up online. I was looking at all their services. I was like, okay, pretty standard. And then their Google reviews, y'all. They had 68 Google reviews, 68 5-star Google reviews. That is like unheard of. I don't think I've ever seen a business or a company have that many reviews, and every single one of them is 5 stars. Beep, boop, beep, made an appointment. I was a little anxious going in, like the last few days, I was kind of like a little anxious. I've never had issues going to the dentist. I was a little anxious because it had been so long since I'd been to the dentist, and I knew there were some like mouth issues that I was concerned about, and I didn't think anyone was ever going to judge me, but you know, sometimes you go to like, sometimes when you go, the way they talk to you about like, oh, you know, you should be flossing more, and it just seems like a little condescending the way doctors and dentists can be when they talk to you. I was just a little concerned about that, especially because it had been so long since I'd been to the dentist. But no, they were all so nice, so friendly. The place was so cute. And yeah, I definitely understand why they have 68 5-star reviews. Hi y'all, editing Kayla here. I realized while editing, clearly, that once Bug was over, I didn't really chat with y'all much. If you guys prefer that, let me know. My niece was over, I call her Bug, so I don't feel 110% comfortable with children being featured online, so that's why anytime you saw her, it was mostly just the back of her head and maybe a glimpse of her profile. I also altered her voice, so anytime you heard her voice, that's not actually what she sounds like. That apparently is what elves sound like. I just wanted to give that little disclaimer. We had a really great time. She definitely got bored during the Eras movies. We did leave early, but I don't know if I'll go back and see it in theaters, but I am definitely excited to see it whenever it comes out on streaming. And I will 110% say, if you get the opportunity, go see it in theaters, because the sound during it was just like all around you. That's all. Enjoy the rest of the video. Holiest of holy grails. I've been craving these for so long. Let's go. Oh wait, I need my cup.
smile big. Smile big, smile big.
Hey, bug. What snack did you get? Did we get popcorn? What'd you get to drink? Oh, with holes? No leaves with holes? Yeah, that's okay. Not the end of the world. This way. Beehives. Oh, why are we cheating? Look at these cheaters.
He's a cheater, Mom.
Cheating.
Oh no.
Okay, bye.